And I believe we are live. Hello, Ant. How are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm very well. Eager for the start of the new week. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah. I'm doing alright. It's cooler this week than last week, so I'm not dying of
Up in
intensity.
Scotland, we have not felt the difference almost at all, which has been joyous. Ha 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 ha.
I couldn't sleep until like 3 in the morning on Friday night because it was so warm. I just couldn't, like, my room, accrued heat throughout the day, was absolutely gone. Nothing I could do. Anyway, hello and welcome. I'm Tom, and with me is Ant. We're gonna have a look at some people's games. We're gonna have a look at some games and people's games and what everyone's been up to this week. So last week, talk me through last week's game. Remind me of it because it's so long ago in my mind.
Last week's game, Asteroid Attack, does feel like an age ago already. You control the Earth, where you have to shoot the asteroids out of the sky, out of space before they destroy you, annihilate you. My words are just disappearing today. And I was a big fan of the super laser, which came as part of the code card,
Now,
which all our coders would have started making.
I'm gonna cheat real quick, and I'm gonna add the super laser in by cheating. I must admit. So gonna give me the. I need to reload. There was So, how do you think it? So we started. We gave everyone some instructions on how they could tackle a super laser hack, didn't we? How did everyone get on with it? What did they think of it?
I think the super laser was a big surprise to most people because I think there's something quite overwhelming about the super laser. Like you write a bit of code, you make a costume which is a single red line, and I'm not sure any of the coders really expected this big, like, wow, kind of huge sound and seeing everything getting destroyed in its path. So I think that was pretty great.
So it's just that single line there, and then because it creates lots of clones, and then it spins, it goes mad like that. Pretty cool.
And you guys can't hear it, but there's like a big, all-encompassing sound effect that just comes at you there.
I've turned off the sound so it doesn't burst our eardrums.
Thank you for that.
I don't want to repeat of it becoming a sound effect that you loathe, like the time I put in the Scaredy Crows music.
I can hear it in my head right now.
Dun 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 dun. Oh god.
Awesome. I awake in bed with my eyes open at night.
It never leaves. Okay, so this is Franklin's. You wanted to show me this one, which, oh my goodness, there's loads of extra code already. I love it.
So I remember Franklin has made a really cool like laser trail behind the lasers he shoots. Okay. There was something else. There was a big other hack in here somewhere. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh,
that was it.
Super cool. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. There's too many meteors.
So yeah, not only do you have to obviously shoot out the meteors, but now you have to shoot them twice. So you need to break them apart twice before they are no longer a threat. And he did such a great job with this. I'm so
oh my gosh,
so chuffed with what he managed.
That's so cool.
Although, as you've noticed, it makes it really hard.
Yeah, these are incredible colors. I love that, the different layers of color. It's sort of like a weird sort of diamond, isn't it, or something? That's so cool. The laser doing the lots of. Oh, I like this. Look at that. There's a specific art style he's using. Look at that. It's like got 3 image within an image. This is well thought out. I love that.
Weirdly, I didn't actually notice at the time that he made these, but now I'm seeing it. I'm kind of annoyed with myself. I didn't compliment him on it earlier. That's brilliant.
Yeah, look at that. This has like a
coherent
really
good-looking sprites from the internet.
There's like a coherent art style here. This is well thought out. I love it.
And
then this reminds me of like Gladys from Portal.
It's got that kind of sinister nature to it.
Yeah, like the single
big red eye
thing,
looking at you.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. This is so good.
All I could do now with is some maybe GLaDOS voice lines.
Yeah.
There's turrets.
You must
But
destroy
yeah, I
all of the
love this.
turrets. That is excellent. I love the fact that it was so. Not only is there this incredible coherent art style, so from a game design point of view, love it, well thought out. There's some really good hacks in here as well, with multiplying and keeping those asteroids as a threat even once they've been blown up once. That's genius.
Mm.
Solid all round. And this little trail, creating a different thing to show off the trail, using things like passing over the direction and the spawn point and things like that. Very, very clever. Very good. I really like that. And it also means that this trail doesn't it's just a visual thing. It doesn't work as a thing that's going to destroy the lasers. Because if you just created clones of the laser as it's moving, those would be in play to destroy the asteroids. It's reliant on you still.
And it would be an absolute nightmare.
It would be impossible to keep track of. It would. Yeah. No, that's really, really, really well thought out. I'm really impressed with that. Well done.
I think Franklin did actually have a go at making clones of the lasers themselves. I can't remember the end result, but I do. I feel like there is subconscious motivation behind me saying it was a nightmare.
Because the other thing you get is, as well, if you start creating clones of itself, they have those instructions there to go to and things like that. You've got to rejig it and
that was
start moving. You end up with it just becomes recursion because one thing calls the function that creates it essentially. And then, that's a rabbit hole. That's a rabbit hole. There are ways. I have done that previously. I've crashed Scratch with that sort of recursion of a clone, in creating a clone of itself, which then gets deleted. But I have genuinely crashed Scratch.
I think for the asteroids breaking apart into other asteroids, I believe Franklin almost had a crash from some small bug there, which meant they were just spawning infinitely. Which is great.
Yeah. There you go. That's why he's broken it out into, so you've got explosion and last explosion. So he could, just as a little tweak, he could, and I see why he's done this, he could break it out, swap it, so instead you have explode, and then you take in an input of what size you want to swap your debris to. So when it gets destroyed over here, when it hits the laser in its normal size, it should switch to size 50 on the first explode. So down here we could write 50. This is the only tweak I would make to the entire game because it's absolutely brilliant. This is just it's like a little less used bit of Scratch code. And then it would mean we wouldn't need this here because instead we could do this. And instead of last explode to switch to 25, we could do this here, use normal explode, and type in 25. Because if we look at these two bits of code here, they are the same, aren't they? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, identical.
And then these blocks are also identical, the set size ones. The only difference is we put 50 in one and 25 in the other. So if we give our function here an input, what it means is when we type a number into that bit there, that number will be inserted into set size. And that tidies it up and just cuts down a few little lines of code and makes that code reusable so we don't have to rewrite the same bit of code. Because fundamentally, we are lazy as programmers. We want to do it in the most efficient way possible. What can I say? I don't want to rewrite code.
Keep it dry, as they say. Don't repeat yourself. Exactly.
That is the only little tweak I'd make. Everything else about this is perfect, and that's just a little technical tweak anyway, just to tidy some code up. Excellent project there. Let's have a look at something else. So, what we got here? Anthony's, I believe.
Yes, Anthony did two hacks which I thought were really cool, where First of all, we've got these kind of explosions. When your shot impacts the asteroids, it kind of becomes an explosion which can destroy other asteroids. And also, we've got some spaceships. Cool. Watch yourself. There it is. Oh, I think there was a little bit of code that might... It's just on that define explode block. There was... Where'd it go? I think it might not have saved when you did it. Let me quickly get this up because I want you to see the end result. Where'd it go? Here we go.
On which with the spaceships blowing up.
Yeah, if we go set size to 20% and make that repeat 4 or repeat 5. That should.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
So blow up an alien ship when it appears. Ah, yeah, there you go. Nice.
So you get a bit of debris flying through space there.
That is so cool.
Which I was a big fan of.
Now.
And that was Anthony's first Hack Club as well. So.
Oh, wow.
Super impressive with that.
I was going to say, honestly, I think this little explosion when you blow up an asteroid is one of my favourite things I've seen in a game in a while. It looks so cool. I know we were discussing Star Wars the other day. And I am adamant Revenge of the Sith. And
how we all agree it's better than
Revenge of the Sith.
We all agree.
Is the best of the prequels. Revenge of the Sith is the... We're not getting Star Trek. We're good with... Revenge of the Sith is the best of the prequels. Better than The Phantom Menace. Yes. Thank you. I'm glad you are agreeing with me. I'm glad you've seen the light. But we can both agree Attack of the Clones is air in places. Okay. Except for the bit in the asteroid field with the little charges that go wow. And that little laser thing, that reminds me of that. That is cool.
That could so do with that sound effect added. Oh.
Find that sound effect.
I missed an opportunity there.
Find that sound and chuck it at Anthony at the beginning of the next session and suggest he puts it in. Cause
absolutely will.
Wow. Perfect. It would just be perfect. I love that.
Spaceships really catch you off guard, don't they?
Yeah, they're really fast. I love that effect. That is really good. So it switches to a different costume and then it gets bigger as well. That's nice little. I like that. That is absolutely brilliant. Notice
that other costume also has that really sweet gradient on it.
Yep. The gradient effect. That one there. It's a nice. That is
super
awesome.
Simple, super effective.
That is awesome. And I like this ship here, and it swaps through it's all debris, and look at that. That is very, very cool. That is very cool. So this is a whole other sprite he's programmed in. This is brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is excellent. Any other games to look at real quick? Did you have another one? Was this Jycrish?
I think there was one more, and that was Jycrish. I hope you like Chaos.
I love Chaos. I can see 2 Earths and a space bomb sprite. So I already know this is absolute carnage. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't quite expect this much chaos. Oh my goodness.
It feels weird saying this because it's absolutely not like the main feature of this particular game, but my favorite hack of all time is featured here, which is that like rainbow effect. It's so simple. It looks so good. It's just the forever change color by something.
Yep, this here.
I love it when that is in any game ever.
So this game.
It just works.
Yeah.
That asteroid's bopping along too.
You know what? I need to start showing off. I'll do it at some point. I'll bring one next week of there's a lad at one of the IRL clubs, and he always makes games. Actually, like it's his challenge every week to make the game completely unplayable, basically. So he'll take the game and just make it like I have to go play it. Obviously, it's impossible. I'll last like 2 seconds, and then it'll be game over. So I'll definitely dig out one of his next week, and we can have a look at that. Absolutely brilliant. And he'll be the same effect as well. but it's equally like I love chaotic games like this where it's just absolute madness and actually impossible, because actually eventually those asteroids get so close there's nothing you can do.
Well, there's always the super laser to save the day.
Oh, is there? Is it? Oh my goodness, I forgot about the super laser. Okay, let's try real quick. Oh, I'm actually doing
just
better.
until you're in too much danger.
Yep. Oh, look at
I love how when the laser's firing, you can see just how often they're spawning on the side.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah. they're all... Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. So what's he done then? What's
Well
he
done,
lowered that
Crash.
to? So, oh, there's just no weight. There's just no weight. There would be a little weight in between them spawning in there. Nope, not gonna happen.
Is the other Earth also? I know. Obviously, the lasers aren't triggered by the Earth, so ignore what I was going to ask.
No, so it looks like this Earth here has a ghost. This is the one that's changing colour, and has a ghost effect of 50, which means it's transparent over the top. And that will be what's adding to this effect here of it changing colour and then flitting back. So that's very cool. That is very, very cool.
Fascinating.
Okay, we've only got time. We've rattled through some projects there, which were absolutely brilliant from last week's game. Do you want to see this week's game quickly before we go?
I would love to. Hit me.
Now, I must admit, I had to look up how to spell palaver. I do not know how to spell palaver. Or I did not know. Pirate palaver.
I had to look it up yesterday.
Yeah. A palaver being
P-I-L?
a mess.
No.
Like a big mess. I thought there'd be an O or something, or more E's, less E's. I don't know. Anyway. Pirate palaver. This week's game. There is a Kraken hack for people to have a go at if they get the chance. But it is a pirate ship game. We'll have a little look at the Kraken hack next week. I won't spoil that for today. It's like a Kraken boss battle where you've got like a pirate game. There's some cool movement of your pirate ship, and then you've got to fire out your cannons out the side. And if we let I'll let one of the enemy pirate ships get too close, they come over to you, and then they'll turn around and try and fire at you.
I need to look at that code. How you did that?
We can have a look at it next week. We'll go through it all if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, obviously you can have a look in your own time as well. But we'll save looking through all of that and the Kraken attack for next week. The Kraken boss even for next week. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Anne. We'll wrap on up now.
Thank you for having me, as always.
As always. I'll see you next week, and we'll see everyone else next week. Goodbye.
I'll see you in the club. See you later, guys.